Hello, this afternoon we will discuss theory, theoretical framework, and conceptual framework, and we will try to distinguish the three. So, how to develop each of them, and how to use them in your paper. So, first a brief introduction on the definition of the three. For theory, it refers to a set of concept and propositions that explain or predict phenomena. Now, in terms of hierarchy, theory is the purest in form because in research, theory is the most independent of the three because, as you can see in the definition of theoretical framework, it is a structure that integrates relevant theories. So, theoretical frameworks are combinations of two or three theories to work your study. So, theory, again, in definition, it would be to describe the purest, or in a way the virgin part of your study. It is the purest form. It is a set of ideas generally accepted in the scientific community. And its purpose, the purpose of your theory in your research is its uh, its its function as the foundation of your entire study. It would guide you in the formulation of research questions, testing the hypotheses, and data analysis. Now, for the theoretical framework, as I've mentioned earlier, it is a set of two or three theories combined in order for the study to work. We use different sets of theory, combination of, for example, ethnography and architectural design to provide at least another way to analyze results, interpret data, and draw conclusions from them. So those are paradigms that were designed for your study to work. Now, the difference between a theoretical framework and a conceptual framework is that conceptual framework is perhaps the most biased because it is based on the theoretical framework in addition with your own idea. So a conceptual framework is the one that is influenced by you as the researcher. So most of the time, researchers do their conceptual framework based on existing theoretical frameworks, because theoretical frameworks are foundations. Foundations because they are paradigms that are generally accepted internationally and academically. But then your conceptual framework is influenced by you. You are making a point, or making another point of view or perspective for your study to work. So, for example, if you want to design a hospital, uh, you you will base your conceptual framework from existing theoretical frameworks. For example, hospital design, that is one theoretical framework, and then you can add your own influence inside that theoretical framework. Hence, theoretical framework plus your own idea is equal to conceptual framework. That's why conceptual framework is the most biased of all the three um, ideas that is being used in a research. Now, to distinguish the three, theory is the purest form of the idea, and then theoretical framework is a combination of two or three theories, and then the third, conceptual framework, is based on a theoretical framework plus your influence on it. So we have these a level of bias in a conceptual framework, especially in the field of architecture, because as we will discuss later on, conceptual framework has a different approach versus a theoretical framework. So in this diagram, by Emenda in 2014, the derivation of theoretical and conceptual framework. Now, as you can see, theory is based. Theory is the one that is in its purest form, and then that is the one that is the basis or the foundation of a theoretical framework. And from the theoretical framework comes the conceptual framework. So never would you see that a conceptual framework directly derives from a theory, because first a conceptual framework should be developed from a theoretical framework and an existing theoretical framework. Also, we can derive related concepts from theories, and then that related concept would be the basis for you to inject your own idea to develop your own conceptual framework. So, for example, recently, 2 or 3 years ago, a Japanese scientists have proposed a new approach in the study of cancer research. Now, cancer research has its own theoretical framework in attacking the research problem. Now, he wants to study his own approach. For example, he proposed um, that fasting or or depriving oneself from eating can cause a lesser risk in acquiring cancer. Now, he proved that conceptual framework, and about 2 or 3 years ago, he won a Nobel Prize for it, because he proved that the making regular fasting or depriving oneself to be hungry can lessen the risk of acquiring cancer. So that is how conceptual framework is different from a theoretical framework. So to review, theoretical frameworks are frameworks that are existing and developed by with the consensus of different researchers, especially scientists. But conceptual frameworks are frameworks or set of ideas derived from theoretical framework in addition with their own variables or ideas. Now, in this figure by Emenda, you will see how theoretical structures or theoretical frameworks differ in approach versus conceptual frameworks. Now, theoretical frameworks are usually used in quantitative research problems. So the main approach that they use in theoretical frameworks are deductive in style. No, so for example, if you are watching Detective Conan, the way the detective approaches the problem is that um, there are existing evidence and there is an event. The only missing part is the the process of the event. So in quantitative research, the framework is deductive, meaning they are trying to trace an event and proving the evidence. Now, it is different with qualitative research because in conceptual framework, when you will use conceptual framework in qualitative research, your approach is inductive, meaning the theory will be derived after you process the data. So it's different with deductive approach, because deductive approach, you don't have any data, you do not have any process, but you have a theory. Unlike conceptual framework, you have the data, you have the process, the end point would be the theory. Baligtad. So to review, theoretical structures are used primarily in deductive approach. Mauuna ang theory, last ang data, palilitawin niyang data. Unlike inductive approach, mauunang data, mauhuli ang theory. Now, this is the difference between conceptual frameworks. So, in aspects, in theory building, conceptual frameworks are created by the researcher, but theoretical frameworks evolves based on literature review. So, if you will look at it, it looks like a very simple comparison, but if you look at it closely, conceptual frameworks based on the definition by Emenda in 2014, it is a biased approach because you somewhat biased approach because you injected your own idea to the theoretical perspective. Unlike theoretical frameworks, they are derived primarily on literature review that is generally accepted in especially in theory testing studies. Now, again, in approaches, they differ because conceptual framework is inductive in reasoning and theoretical framework is deductive in reasoning. Now, as to purpose, in conceptual frameworks, are used primarily in synthesizing concepts, research findings, and theoretical perspectives. Now, if you look at it, conceptual frameworks are frameworks that is a combination of different concepts. Unlike theoretical framework that is very scientific, kumbaga, very hard science, masyadong matigas. You are using direct theories to prove your point. For example, for theoretical framework, we are using the theory of gravitation, the theory of the mechanics of materials, hanggang dun kayo lang. So, masyadong matigas yung theoretical framework na gamitin. Unlike conceptual framework, it is using different perspectives to suit your idea in problem solving, unlike in theoretical framework. Now, for the nature of conceptual frameworks, it is based on researchers' interpretation and understanding of data. So, in conceptual frameworks class, you yourself is the instrument, the research instrument. Unlike in theoretical framework, we need guides, we need rules in theoretical frameworks. So, for example, in the nature of researching in conceptual framework, ikaw mismo yung observer eh. So, ikaw yung magpo-process ng data. Unlike in theoretical framework, you need specific instruments to prove your point. And it is obvious that in terms of flexibility, conceptual framework is much more diverse. No, unlike in theoretical framework, very solid. So it's difficult to play around theoretical framework because it is based on existing and established theories. Now, in doing so, the difference between conceptual framework and theoretical framework, especially you in architectural design, your approach is subjective, is inductive. Now we are talking about processes here. So in creative design, we do not most of the time we use subjectivist inductive process because first and foremost, you yourself is the instrument. So wala tayong ginagamit na ibang research instrument but you as the observer. So primarily subjective ang pag-atake natin ng research problem. So subjective is inductive tayo. Mauuna muna ang data bago yung theory. So yun ang kaibahan ng conceptual framework sa theoretical framework. You should be your method is subjectivist inductive. Mauuna ang data bago yung theory. Unlike in objectivist deductive, mauuna yung theory, palitawin mo lang yung data. That is theoretical framework. So the purest form of research in architecture is objectivist deductive because you will use laboratory settings here. So when we say laboratory setting, testing of strength of materials, indoor air quality, site analysis using instruments like Google Earth, objectivist deductive yun. Nauuna yung theory, analysis, and method bago yung data. So palitawin mo lang yung data. Unlike in subjectivist inductive, mauuna yung data bago mo palitawin ang theory. That's why most of the time we are talking about when we talk about creative design, especially when you will go to your thesis na, your approach is subjectivist inductive because hanggang design lang tayo. We cannot build the structure. So tsaka mo lang ma-prove siguro na totoo yung thesis mo pagka naitayo na yung building. So, sino naman sa inyo yung gustong may tayo mo yung building bago graduate? So, we are limited to being subjectivist and inductive in our research process. So, we are using this model for our conceptual framework. So, again, in this conceptual framework, you may use grounded theory, data mining, and so on. Now, this is an interesting model made by Varpio Paradis with the Hage and Young in 2020. If you look at the hierarchy of information, the first is data, and then the second level is a theory, the third level is theoretical framework, and the fourth level is conceptual framework. Now, when you look at the left side, for the objectivist deductive, mauuna ang theory bago nila palitawin ng data. So that is how objectivist deductive is happening. That is the most unbiased approach, objectivist deductive. Kasi nga, existing na yung theory, all you have to do is to provide data. Unlike in subjectivist inductive, muna yung data bago lumitaw yung conceptual framework. That's why, most of the time, not only in bachelor's level, even in master's and doctorate level, conceptual framework lagi ang nahuhuling i-edit. Why are we saying that? Because the moment you prove that your data conforms with conceptual framework, then yun yung last na i-edit mo sa paper mo. That's why your data comes first before coming up with your conceptual framework. So, it might be strange to look at, but that is what really is happening, especially in your case in PS architecture. Now, again, you may opt to use objectivist deductive provided that your approach should be scientific using softwares, ganun. Now, this is an example of an underpinning theory using RRL. So this is a thesis in 2022 that is trying to develop a theoretical framework. So the cited works here, you are about totaling about 51 cited works. So medyo extensive yung literature review. So that is how we are doing our underpinning theory or theoretical frameworks, because it will inform your study, it will inform your framework. So RRL will guide you, will show you how many studies are conforming with those frameworks and how you can prove that you can use it. So itong example na to, it totals about 51 cited works. So medyo marami and in doing the underpinning theory or theoretical framework using RRL, you just want to prove that that theoretical framework is generally accepted by academics in the world, and you can use it in your thesis. That's all. So hanggang doon na yung RRL mo. So after that, you can inject your own idea. After the theoretical framework, you can inject your own idea that is making the conceptual framework. So kung babalikan natin, in creating a theoretical framework, you should have an extensive literature review on existing theories, generally accepted, and then para makagawa ka ng magandang conceptual framework, for you to have a working conceptual framework, it should be grounded by existing theoretical frameworks and then adding your own idea or trying to influence the existing theoretical framework that you are proposing. So in that case, if you prove it using the RRL, you may base that conceptual framework in designing your research process. So in this example, he used grounded theory or constant comparative analysis. Now in this example, he designed a research design based on the conceptual framework that he developed. So if you will look at his conceptual framework, you will see the entirety of its thesis. So kumbaga, hindi mo pa nakikita yung abstract, you're made to understand the research process or the one that you will expect to happen in the entire thesis. So conceptual framework, yan yung gusto mong mangyari kasi sa buong thesis mo. So it's different with the theoretical framework. Kasi nga, theoretical framework, yun yung generally accepted, and then this is the one that you're trying to do because it is influenced by you and manipulated by you. So again, since conceptual frameworks are subjectivist inductive in process, then it is the last one that will be edited in your thesis. So babalikan nyo siya in your conclusions and recommendations. So this one, this diagram was included in the conclusion and recommendation because again, tsaka lang lumitaw yung theories niya after niya pre-process yung data. So pabaligtad. So this is what you can do. So you try to simplify your elements inside the conceptual framework. Now, this is an example of an objectivist deductive conceptual framework. Very simple. Again, in objectivist deductive, generally accepted ang theories na yan. So, in this theoretical framework, he used simulations, and then comparative analysis. So, tapos na. Palitawin niya na lang yung data. So, that is the difference between conceptual framework and theoretical framework. So, you are welcome to email me kung may mga questions dito. And I will inform you pagka na-upload na tong recording natin. So, email nyo na lang yung questions nyo. So, thank you.